Hello, all you amazing and wonderful people. It's your girl, Side Speaks, and I wanted to hop on, right, to see if anybody can identify with this particular discovery that I've been dealing with as of lately as a warrior, or anybody battling a chronic illness. Now, prior to this journey, I was blessed and fortunate to experience a great career for myself, involvement in great organizations, and just living a relatively what the world or people would consider a good life. Now, since being on this journey, I no longer work a traditional 9-to-5. I'm not as involved in those organizations as I was prior to this diagnosis. And I realized that in the past, when I spoke of myself, I spoke of my accomplishments through my job or the involvements in these organizations. And now that I no longer work a traditional 9-to-5, and I'm not as involved in those organizations, I found myself struggling to say who I am. And, I'm just being transparent, right? I didn't realize how much worth and value I placed on the things that I've had and the things that I've done to shape my entire identity. So when people used to ask me, who is Sorrell? I would immediately say, oh, I'm a proud graduate of Clark Atlanta University. I am an HR exec. I would say stuff like that. But now that I am medically disabled for the moment, when people have asked me, who am I? I found myself, for a moment struggling to say who I was. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, have I placed all my value and worth on the things that I've done, on something external instead of who I am? And I'm like, I really guess I didn't know who I was because I was building my identity on things. And just as quickly as I accomplished them, being on this journey has shifted and changed them things. So I wanted to see if anybody else found themselves having to reassess, who am I? And for me, and I pray that this is something that will help somebody else, you are not what you do. I had to stop and pause and regroup and say, Sorrell, with the degree, without the degree, with the job, without the job, you are still amazing. And you are, guess what? You are Sorrell. And she is pretty awesome. That girl is dope. I have to celebrate myself because on this journey, sometimes life can have you feeling like, ooh, maybe I'm not that great because of external symptoms. So I wanted to stop that. I wanted to change that small voice in my head and say, no matter what you're doing or not doing, you are still awesome. You are still amazing. There is still so much life in you. You still have so much greatness in you. And don't discount and discredit yourself because you can't say, well, I work for this company anymore. I still have value. I can still add and contribute to anything and anyone I connect myself with. And I want to encourage my fellow warriors and anybody battling a chronic illness or somebody being beaten down by life. What you have and what you do is not the measure of who you are. You are some amazing people. So stop dumbing yourself down. Stop selling yourself short because you may not have as much. You may not have accomplished what you thought you would have by this age. Look at who you are. You could have a good heart. You're caring, you're kind, you're loving, you're smart, you're creative. Those things matter, and you matter. So don't allow things, people, or places to make you ever feel like you're less than, because you're not. And definitely never allow a sickness or an illness to rob you of how brilliant and amazing you are. We are some amazing people, and no matter the journey, let's rock it and continue to kick some butt. God bless you. This is your girl, Side Speaks. We got this.